The initial intent was always to have a more global and pervasive thought process. We came to market with a dynamic creative solution because that's what our product was ready to do. But longer term, and this is where we've grown the platform to, is what we are talking about is Tumri is a dynamic marketing platform. It's a dynamic marketing solution that actually helps display marketing, display advertising become more efficient, more intelligent, and more impactful, and actually relevant to the consumer, so you can actually create that dialogue that we've been talking about.
Right.
Not a one-way push. It is one-to-one marketing at its finest, in both what you say and what you hear and how you respond. So the benefits of that is that you just market more efficiently. A lot of things is it becomes very much more search-like, making display very search-like in the sense that now you can do always-on campaigns. When you're doing search marketing, you're always in market, changing bids, trying different keywords, trying different copy to make it work. You have a good pulse on how many searches are for different keywords, what the bid price is on that. You have a very good sense of what's going on.
Right.
In display, the traditional display was, hey, let me plan my quarter, let me do one big burst campaign every quarter, and that means that you didn't have a really good sense of the marketplace. What the price points are, what the messages are, who's responding to what, every single day, every single hour. Our platform enables you to make display very much like that because you have always-on dialogues where the messages are changing on the fly on different media segments, audience segments, and it's changing based upon what they're doing and the price that is bidded on. So what's new is we're releasing that we're going to be talking about 5 main things. First and foremost, you already know about our ad model. That was our dynamic creative or dynamic messaging application, our first solution to market. The next thing we're launching is what we're calling dynamic insights. We collect a whole host of data that other people just aren't collecting today. That is, we're going to be manifesting that to marketers in an easy-to-use online access point. And secondly, it's a cloud-based analytics platform that delivers deep, near real-time insights on the performance from end to end. End to end meaning like what audience, what media segment, what creative, what intro animation, what offer, what made all of it work for that consumer. So if you want to think about a conversation involves someone speaking and then someone listening. So the insights are our way of listening.
Right.
The Saturday Soccer Mom in Indiana respond to product category 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It should respond to 20% off or free shipping. Which price points was it? Was it $35 to $50? $50 to $100? Whatever it might be inside the ad itself. Was it intro animation that featured family, a beach, or a social event?
Wow.
All those types of things are us listening to what your interest and intent was. We have more data than any other platform out there, and more end-to-end than anyone, holistically. 360-degree view of your media and marketing plan, as well as your customer base. We're going to be exposing that dynamic insight platform in this release. And the second thing is we've learned a lot, so we're actually responding to the market and what their needs are, which is we're going to deliver 4 turnkey dynamic messaging solutions. The dynamic merchandiser, dynamic circulars, dynamic retargeting, and dynamic acquisition. So if we go through these, essentially dynamic merchandising is delivering and optimizing personalized offers across massive audience and scale. The second one is dynamic circulars. How do you drive foot traffic to stores, not just purchases online? Can you do both of that in the same execution? Yes, you can. We've done many of these already. Dynamic retargeting. How do you make that retargeting? Oh, I went to HP's site, therefore I show an HP ad. How do you make that much more personalized and increase the performance and saying like, hey, I know you went to laptop versus desktop versus printer versus toner. I know you look for the gaming high-end model versus the business machine. I know you went to price point A versus B. So how can you make your retargeting messages much more personalized and impactful and therefore perform better for the advertiser? And last was dynamic acquisition, which is precision targeting, personalized lead gen, and new account acquisition modules. So we've taken the best of what we're seeing throughout the marketplace, all the different advertising strategies we set, and we sort of pre-packaged a solution set so that people can get out the door quickly, efficiently, without having to experiment with a lot of stuff. Having said that, if you still...
So you've got like models. of different.
So essentially, what we're saying is like instead of starting from scratch, making a custom execution, which you still can do. What I'm saying is we've learned so much in the marketplace across 8 major verticals: retail, telco, financial services, automotive, CPG, whatever.
You kind of figured out the best model,
best practices, which part of creative really makes a difference. What are the targeting and optimization rules that you should apply, and pre-packaging into a solution so that people can get running it very quickly.
Especially if you considering you're going after a certain thing, I don't know, a certain user group.
That's right. That's right. So I know already that my goal is to drive online sales.
Right.
Well, online sales, there's 3 or 4 factors that make the greatest impact on your overall performance. Let me give you the template of what that looks like. You have certain degrees of freedom obviously to make adjustments, but that way it takes out a lot of the debate back and forth of what we should do. And we just say, hey, from our data and our execution and our experience, this is a great starting point.
Right. And then you can tweak it from there.
Absolutely. And you know, if there's executions that you want to do as a custom, we can absolutely do custom executions as well. But we found that a lot of the custom executions start falling into very defined themes. You know, it's like, hey, you know, I can try 25 variables, but the reality is for this, only 3 variables really make a difference. Geo, gender, and income level.
And so do you actually like work through with your clients and kind of piece by piece show them each one? It's not really an automated process, it's really a guiding.
We have a guiding process, but it's not completely automated, but it's also not start from scratch. There are guardrails and degrees of freedom, and say like, hey, these are what we just found to be most impactful from the experiences that we've gathered.
Yeah, because with so many options, I can imagine cases of options paralysis right there. People just kind of like freezing as they're staring at everything they can do.
Exactly, and it's a great way for people to learn about dynamic creative. First time in, hey, let me just get started. Let me see and feel what it's like. Let me see, oh gosh, there is a benefit to this. And then as you graduate into your sophistication, then there's like, okay, now that I know what I can do, I'm going to push the limits and be creative and come up with more custom executions that are more impactful for my specific brand rather than the category.
Nice.
And so it's a graduation. So rather than, like you said, throw the kitchen sink at the first time and there's so many things that you have to figure out, let's start off and evolve it for your specific use case.
It can be very overwhelming.